She said that's rude.
But there's more? Come on, man. Where's the other one at? This is crazy.
Yo, y'all gotta stop.
Stop, Melody.
I'm trying to make sure there's no more damn roaches. Ain't got no more. No, that's why I'm trying to make sure. That's why I'm trying to make sure I find us so I don't scare my goddamn self weeks later come in. I see them bitches say something like, what the fuck? Is that water bugs in here? Hell no. What's up, Dream Team? It's your girl Fatima the Dream.
And it's me, Chris Envy.
And we're back at it again with another hot topic.
I feel so hot.
What's up, Dream? Anyway. Anyway.
All right, one more time. Ready?
What's up, Dream Team? It's your girl Fatima the Dream.
All right, how about she? That is so nasty.
What's up, Dream Team? It's your girl Fatima the Dream.
And it's me, Chris Envy.
And we're back at it again with another hot topic.
Yes, sir.
So, let's get started with the topic of the day.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So, if you are with a new person, you're not with your kid's father no more or whatever, what title should your kids call that person?
What do you mean? That other person?
Yeah, like their new spouse in the picture.
Okay.
Okay, wait. We forgot to include the ball.
Yes.
Jesus.
Which is weird.
Melody took it.
Just no right here. Oh.
So, guys, we heard the complaints.
We heard, we listened. We talk over each other. It's a bad habit.
Yes. So, this ball. So, we heard your complaints. And we realized that we talk over each other after going back looking at our videos. So, this ball is going to, help us stop talking over each other. But we're going to call this ball the agree to disagree ball.
Mm-hmm.
Now, green means agree.
Uh-huh.
And the red pinkish color means disagree. Mm-hmm. So say, for instance, Chris is saying something and I don't really like what the hell he's saying. So I don't agree. Mm-hmm. So I pick up the ball. We're going to put it between us. Mm-hmm. And I show it this color. I wait till he finish talking. So when he know the ball is in my hand, that means to hurry up,
mm-hmm.
And I say why I disagree. You know what I'm saying? So this is just something that you guys are going to get used to seeing in our sit-down conversation videos. So I'm going to put the ball
there we go.
right there.
Alright, so.
Got the question?
Uh-huh.
You can start off.
When we start off. Okay, so what should the other person call the person next to other spouse, the new spouse? So it's not the baby mom's, it's my new wife or something like that. I would want my child to call her by her first name, which is whatever it is.
Why?
Because why would she call her mom? That just creates a whole problem.
But let's say if you marry her.
That's not her mom. That's her stepmom. But I think the word stepmom is a little offensive. So it's like, it's not offensive because of what it is, but sometimes it sounds a little harsh. So they call by first name. Well, there's nothing wrong with calling by first name. Or saying miss something, I don't know. I
agree. Like, if me, for instance, we could just use ourselves just to make it sound better. Like, we're not talking to third party. Mm-hmm. If me and Chris wasn't together and I'm with somebody else and I'm with a new guy, Melody is not calling nobody else dad. I'm sorry. I don't need him to tell me that. I don't need, his approval on it. Like, just me. I just know. Like, that's not your dad. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, the little kid, like, get away from me. He's thinking, little head, you're not my dad. Like, no, you're not a dad. So, I don't mind if she finds something to say, like, step pops, or find some way to make stepdad, or even though calling your dad stepdad sounds dumb unless you're talking about him in a conversation. But if she could find a way to, like, do it like that, I'll approve of it.
Coming, baby, I'm coming.
Because it's, stepdad. It's not dad, daddy, pops. Like, no, because that's not. So I don't really see anything wrong with it. And, there's a lot of women out there that do have, in situations, I'm not going to say relationships, but they're in situations where the dad is not even in their life. Like, for instance, me. My dad wasn't in my life. But there was a time where I was of age where I tried to call my dad by his first name. And my mom was just like, the woman she was just, no, you don't call him by your first name. That's your dad. You call him dad. You know.
Yeah, but that's because that was your dad, though. But like,
I know. But my mom, you know, I was about to say, but my mom, she wasn't the type of mom to have other guys around. Like, she always was like, oh, I'm raising girls. So
I'm on the same way.
I don't want my girls seeing men in and out of my bed and da-da-da. That's just not, you know, so I wasn't
Felt
brought
like
up like
unhealthy.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, but what if your mother did have?
If she
a
did,
significant
that dude's name is gonna be his name. Like I'm not calling
yeah,
nobody
even
else.
even if my
I got
mom
one
had,
dad.
like, even though my mom is gone, may she rest in peace. If she got married now, like, I would not call him dad. Even though my dad ain't shit, but I'm not calling him dad.
Only dad I
I'm
got.
not calling him daddy. Like, I'm calling him his name. And
Whatever kind of person he, I don't know, man. Cause,
I feel like
people are different because people see other people as father figures, and because they really have no father in their life, they tend to adapt that name to him to build a closer bond with that other person. Just because they're replacing that missing male figure with this person. You know what I'm saying? So I can see why people do that.
all right, so what about this though? What if you're a dad that's in prison, and when the baby came, you was already in jail, but you came out when the baby was like 9, 10, right? All the baby know is the guy that's been in her life with her mom since she was 3 months.
Yeah.
So she's been calling him dad and daddy. Like,
Melody.
would you, Melody?
That's it. Like, I can't hear
You're gonna
I
have to
can't
do
hear her
it,
call
yeah.
nobody else that. I can't hear her call nobody else that. I can't. Like, that's horrible. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. I don't know. You know, everybody's different when it comes to being a dad.
Come sit.
You know what I'm saying? But
Come sit.
you know, I don't know. I think that's like a instinct though, because that's something. I don't think that's something you can help. I think people hide it when if you see your son call somebody else a dad or.
But would you
see another-
understand? That's what I was trying to finish. Would you understand, being that you know you was in out of your child's life for 9, 10 years, and the mom obviously moved on and wasn't waiting, so all she knows is the guy that's been in her life since she was like 6 months.
Yeah.
Would you understand on why the child is calling him dad or daddy because that's the only dad they know? Or would you be like, I don't care, you should have taught her that dad is in school, or, you know, the bullshit parents be using for why their dad is in jail and you know that. Like, would you understand that, or would you still be like, no?
I'll be tight. I went to jail. And because I went to jail, my daughter or my son has another daddy. Or because I didn't make it work with
Stop
the mom,
it.
or I took down a baby with someone who I didn't want to be with, that I ended up having my daughter call someone else daddy.
Give her 3 cookies and one
Oh,
cookie.
God. Okay, take the cookie and go in the room. Go and watch SpongeBob.
Okay, yeah, you're a smart girl.
So, yeah.
What if, our dad wasn't in our life like that, but if mommy did have someone in her life and they stepped up when dad stepped down? What would you do if the dad came back around and he stepped up now? Do you feel like now that child is calling that man dad, do you feel like that child should be forced to call the other father, their real father, dad? And stop calling the other dad? How do you feel about that part?
I think if you can call the other guy dad, you can call your real dad.
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna sit there and act like you ain't got a dad, then act like you ain't got a dad.
I mean,
I don't care who comes in your life that showed you a fuck male figure, like that's somebody that's in your life to help you, but you don't gotta call him dad.
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if you're gonna take that step to be like, oh, this person who
I like
shot me out
Buddy is
his
a male
nuts.
figure in our life. He never told us to call him dad and never would allow us to call him dad.
Yeah, because it's
I
like,
even know he's our uncle, but
Mhm.
he's a male figure.
Mhm.
And I never call him dad, but he's like a male figure that's basically like a...
let's say for instance,
I don't think y'all should eat and do the video at the same time because Chris
No.
was distracted.
My bad. That cookie was dumb. That cookie was super good. But let's say for instance, you are like a not fit mother.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say at the time, like, you know what I'm saying, you was away from your child for a very long time,
Mm-hmm.
and then you come back in a situation, fit, good, healthy mind, and everything. You understand the situation that she had to take care of him, but would you I guess the better question is why would someone allow somebody to call them dad when they're not really the dad?
That's the question.
I think that's because the child is gonna do what it does. The child is gonna do what they do because they're trying to look for a connection. But as an adult, like, you know what I'm saying? As an adult, it should be up to you to sit there and be like, listen, I ain't your dad. I love you like a son, and you, I can say you loving me like a dad, but you only have one father in this world. Love or hate him, the Lord says that you got, you know what I'm saying? That's your dad. The Lord don't say when your stepdad, the book don't say when a stepdad come in your life, that's your dad. It don't say that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's you only got one mother, one father, and you honor them. Now, if that father is a messed up father, I can understand you not liking your father, not loving your father, but that's still your father.
Like I said, like,
but good or for worse, that is your bad. That's your dad. That's bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
my father was not in my life, but at the end of the day, my mom always told me, that is your dad. Like I said, me and my sister went to a phase where we literally tried. It ain't last. It didn't even last for the hours. Like, it lasts that second. Like, don't call him by his first name. You call him dad, pops.
No, I guess, you know, you can play around. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's dead serious.
No. I'm talking about like, you know, like how y'all do when y'all around. Y'all call, you know, sometimes y'all say his first name amongst each other. Yeah. And stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all just understanding that, you know, the respect for him just isn't there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it, you don't even have to call him dad. Like, you don't even have to go this way like, Dad, I don't like you, Dad. You don't have to call him dad. But why are you calling someone else dad? Yeah. That's the question. You can't call this man dad. And that has nothing. Nobody you should be able to call dad.
And that has nothing to do with, because there's some people out there that's in situations where.
Stop eating all the cookies. Look at you.
That's it.
No more cookie. Go ahead. I should. To the white meat show. To the white meat show, Tinky. Where were we? All right. Where were we? Yeah. So, why would somebody even allow a child to, like, call them dad?
What was the question we were saying?
It was like,
we were talking about the father.
Yeah, would you let somebody call him dad?
What title was appropriate for a stepdad?
No, I know that.
But we started going to, like, why would an adult, like, you know what I'm saying, kids gonna do what they gonna do, but why would an adult let somebody call them dad when they're not dad? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, and I was trying to cut you off to say, we're not saying this for the people that are in situations where, you know, the father, baby daddy ain't shit, so you found Billy.
I try not to curse so I don't have to.
Billy is a good dad now, so he been with you for 7 years, and he's the daddy figure of your daughter. So, you know what I'm saying? That's not for you, because you have people out there that's in this situation. But we're just saying for our perspective, like for us, like if we move on, or if I move on, or if he move on, that's what we mean. Like,
say like this. Let's not get twisted. I understand the want for, like, let's say if you take care of my child and you truly love them. And you know, it's like, let's say if you can't even have any kids, I know there's a lot of like
reasons, like
variables. There's a lot of variables that fit into it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I understand the want to want the love of a son. If you can't have a son, or if you lost your son, or if something happened, there's so many things that can happen to where somebody can call you a dad when you know you're not their real dad. Yeah. And it could be like, you know, understandable. In my opinion, though, just to me, I just feel like there is no. You only got one father. That's the one that shot up your mother, shot up the club. You know what I'm saying? The one that shot up the club, and you was born. What, for good or for bad? Like, you
for better for worse.
For better or for worse. You could never call him dad a day in your life. And that just means you ain't using that word ever in your life. Like, that's how I see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That just means until you can accept that that's your dad, that's just how life is going to be. Like, for good or for worse, that's your father. And he sucks. Or he doesn't suck. Like, you know what I mean? And if there's another male in your life that is teaching you the way and being that male figure in your life, why do you have to call him dad still? I just don't understand that personally. To me, personally, I don't understand it. So,
but that's the end of that video and that topic. Just a little, quick little thing we wanted to talk about. But we do have another video on the way, so make sure you guys stay tuned on that. Don't forget to thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Make sure you guys follow us at our social media, my Instagram and my Twitter. It's Fatim the Dream, and my Snapchat is strawberry2219.
Yes, and my Instagram is Chris_Envy, and my Twitter is CNV Music. Click the link down below. I have an album I'm about to drop another project. I'm working on it. If you could just comment some, inspiration down below. You feel me? Keep inspiring me. Keep sending me, whatever it is. If you like my music, just keep, sending me the love and keep me, it'll keep me inspired. I mean, I keep myself inspired, but, sometimes that extra love just does it. You know what I'm saying?
And like we always say, Dream Team, don't dream your life, live your dream.
Yes.
Deuces.
Holla at us.
Oh!